Okay, today is February the 20th, 2016. We're watching the sea level pressure analysis map today, and we notice that this high pressure has gotten much bigger today. So this has been installed in place. This is a stationary high pressure right off California and all the way up, extending up all the way up into Canada. That's going to block all of this low pressure weather out here as it moves towards the west coast. So this is day 3 now of stationary high pressure right out here. That's going to block all the rain for California. And let's take a look at some of these other maps. We have the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. We've got a couple of maps here that in that sequence that are not functioning right. Try to fix that right now. Okay, so we've got 3 low pressures spinning right here in this pinwheel pattern, and we have a developing hurricane force storm right here, which is moving towards the west coast. And there is a transmitter right here. This is either a HARP transmitter or a microwave transmitter right here, focusing heat right down on top of this system. And we can see it's negating the counterclockwise rotation of this system. This should be spinning vigorously. It's a hurricane force system. But there's very little rotation, as we can see right here. There's just not very much. And what's happening is that the clockwise descending air is zeroing out the counterclockwise rotation that would normally be happening with that system right there. Let's look at the infrared loop. We can see what's happening. There's a lot of outflow right here, and that is from the what's happening. We have a lot of heat being applied right through here. Let's go back again and look at that. We have right here, we have clockwise rotation. That is a descending air, and we see what's happening there. That is engineered to not only disrupt and weaken this system here, but also to cut off the moisture field right here. This moisture field that would be winding down the jet stream and feeding that system. So they're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. They've got a transmitter right here on the core, and they're cutting off the moisture field right here that would normally feed that system as it moves along. Okay, let's look at the jet stream map. And we see there's a disruption right here over California. That's where all that high pressure is being installed and parked into place. Okay, next is the surface analysis map. We can see that we can see right here on the west coast we have 5 highs shown right here. There's 5 of them, and this extends all the way up, well up into Canada, and that is going to block all of this weather out here. And we can see as this weather moves, towards the west coast, we have a compression effect happening, and that's why these isobars are all pretty much uniformly spaced all the way until they hit this wall of high pressure that's parked in place. So this area of high pressure is not moving anywhere. It's staying right there. And as this weather moves towards the west coast, we have this compression effect. And so these isobars are nicely spaced as that everything gets compressed. Okay, so we have this developing hurricane force storm right down here, right northwest of Hawaii. That's going to move towards the west coast. Keep an eye on that. There's a lot of troughs shown throughout this area. They're all over the place. That indicates very wild, unpredictable weather because of the different pressures. We have a lot of things happening out here. We have 1, 2, 3 lows here. We've got a hurricane force low down here. And so they're setting up very high pressure here. We're expecting 90 to 92 degree weather on Monday and Tuesday here in Los Angeles. And there's not a drop of rain in the forecast for the foreseeable future. Today we had chemtrail haze in the skies all day. And right now at 10:49 p.m. we have a temperature of 50 degrees. The relative humidity is 74%. The dew point is 42 degrees, and the barometric pressure is 30.02. All right, let's take a look at some of these other maps. We have the western U.S. water vapor loop, and we can see the size of that front. this storm front right here as it's moving towards the west coast. We have a lot of strong high pressure developing all the way up into Canada, and that's creating a big void all through here. We'll take a look at that right now here in the infrared map. This is all being cleared out. We can see what's happening here. All of this water vapor is just moving out of the way because there's so much high pressure being forced into place right here. Got a lot of clockwise rotation. Look at this right here. What happens? Everything is just being cleared out. Okay, we saw that. This is the surface level map. Once again, we can see a lot of high pressure. All right, let's take a look at the 500 millibar. See that area of low pressure up here? These are all spinning around. There's 3 lows up there. You have some ridges indicated. This area of moisture here to the south, this should be bringing rain into Southern California, but all that high pressure is blocking a shot of rain right here, this tropical moisture field, as well as what's happening out here. So we've got 2 opportunities for rain, and those are both blocked. Here's the 300 millibar. Looks pretty much the same. We have some low pressure indicated here. All right, here's the SSEC geostationary satellite. This is a water vapor map, and we can see some aerosols being laid out all through here and over California, Central and Southern California. So they have been spraying today, and spraying chemtrails, and that's going to keep the humidity down, lower the humidity, prevent atmospheric lift, prevent the rain. There is some residual moisture moving in. If we go back again and look at the right here, you see some moisture moving in, and so they spray and around the area, and that keeps the relative humidity very low. All right, let's take a look at the next map. This is the wave analysis map. We can see that we have very high swells offshore. Some of these are reaching 20 and 30 feet in the cores of these lows that are spinning around in a pinwheel pattern. Right off the California coast, we have anywhere from 9 to 12 to 15, 18-foot swells moving in towards the west coast. There's a lot of high seas. Not a good time to be taking a cruise. Okay, next is this is Alaska. Now I wanted to show there is a right angle being formed. We'll take a look at this, and right here we got a right angle, and we can take our an envelope. There we go. Right here, that is a perfect right triangle right there. Right there. And also, let's look at this in the this is the infrared map, and this is very interesting. That is a perfect 90-degree right angle right there. Right there. And Mother Nature does not create weather like this. This is a man-made feature, phased array radar, focusing right down on the core of that system to weaken the core pressure. This is moving right into Alaska. Alaska has gotten more rain this season. I'd like to know how much rain that Alaska has had. If anybody's living up there, let us know. But this is a man-made feature right there. That is a perfect right triangle. Let's just scroll again through. Right there. Okay. All right, let's run the loop. Whoops, wrong way. This is very odd, the way this loop ends. There's obviously some manipulation going on there. There's no question about that. So again, I'd like to hear from the meteorologists and the scientists out there that explain this. There's actually no explanation for it other than the fact that it's man-made. Mother Nature doesn't create right angles in nature. Everything is round, pretty much. This is an anomaly that is not natural. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the big map once again, and we can see where that right angle is. We're right up there. And they are hitting that core with very intense, high energy, radio frequency energy. And that is weakening the core pressure as that moves in over Alaska. Okay, so that is the summary for today. And we will do another update tomorrow.